So, hello, and a massive hello to everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day. 50 pips rocking and rolling here, 30th of May, 2018. No trade calls, no recommendations. Everybody's responsible for their own stuff because we're here for educational purposes only. So, if you're interested in the bigger picture, a lot of things playing out, Italian situation, global indices, bonds in the US and in Europe, etc. Just make sure you catch our latest weekly outlook video. Pretty much everything was discussed there. I'll post it along with this video. But here, I wanted to look at Euro a little bit because I got a lot of questions on what's going on with Euro. Why are people calling for parity, etc. Why are people bullish? So what's going on with Euro, basically? And here, what I wanted to do is just to take a little bit of a step back and go through the charts, really. So if you look at this on the monthly, right here, we're still, pretty much respecting the channel, right? And right here, if we hold this would point, if this were to continue, that we're moving back towards that one zone. So that's what most people, especially the bears, whether you're looking at it fundamentally or structurally, but here on the technicals, that's what it would be pointing to, right? That means the dollar strengthening up quite a lot. Where are we right here in terms of the shorter term cycles? Now, it's quite interesting because all things being equal, we all agree on the fact that healthy markets, even if the move were to be A to B, markets don't move in a straight line. So the question is, at what point should you look for some kind of a bounce despite what's happening in terms of geopolitical risk? And here we're starting to get close to that mid channel and to this area that was a big previous resistance and has acted as support too. So as we said in the Sunday video, if anything, going into Monday, when everybody was panicking, we'd be going into Tuesday, everybody's panicking, we'd be looking at Tuesday of opportunities to try and get long, right? Play the bounce, not get short. We'd, be cautious. We wouldn't want to short it into this brick wall. So structurally, the bigger picture here hasn't really changed, and we could easily be moving towards that one. The big question is going to be on how we behave here, right? Are we going to break through and continue this channel down, or is this a hard level, and are we going to manage to bounce off this and break out of this channel? That's the big debate, in terms of the bigger picture. So if you look back on the weekly, this just gives you a little bit of an easier view of that previous support area, which is coming in all the way into the 113.50s or so on. So this is a key zone. So going into the week, what we were focused on, again, remember, this needs to hold the line. This could easily bounce to then sell off again, but in any case, both the bulls and the bears will probably look at this as a zone where you would expect the healthy move to be a bounce. So right here, and if you see the action we saw yesterday, is very interesting because we came back down with the market holding extremely heavy, and then we put in this reversal candle on the 4-hour. So this was the first chance, I think, yesterday, nice little chance to try and get tactically long. And if this holds, we'd expect this move to be good for at least, even if we're just looking for a pop back into maybe 1650s or so, as long as this is a fairly nice little zone. And I mean, the risk reward is not bad on that trade, especially this morning overnight. As long as those lows hold, that's your risk. This is the reward. What I would say here is just be careful, because this is being really sold off extremely aggressively, and we haven't really seen any sustained bounce. So here, you would not be surprised to see this pop even all the way back into the 120, and this could still hold the move back down lower. So as always, just remember, things don't move, healthy moves aren't in a straight line, and you want to play for what happens 80% of the time, not what happens 20% of the time. So I think here, going into the day, that's the key. If the market can't hold these lows we put in yesterday, then things will start to get a little bit heavier, and they can get a little bit nastier. But remember, there's an awful lot of, I think the weekly is the best way. There's an awful lot of potential support coming in this whole area. So, even though you may have 300 points here where it could find some kind of a base. I think here there's a significant risk of a 400 or 500 point bounce, and it could even hold this kind of pattern and then go down. So the message is just be a little bit careful here. Again, it's going to be news related. We'll have to see what happens out of Europe, and especially out of Italy, and the bigger picture is still fairly heavy on the euro, but this does not have to play out, right? That's the message. That does not have to play out. This could be playing out too, right? So as always, keep an open mind, focus on the levels, see what the market is telling you. And here what the market is telling you is whether this move is in play or whether this move is in play doesn't matter, right? Right now, the only thing that matters is that we're in support zone. So all things being equal, you'd expect a bounce. The bounce then has to decide if it's going to get sold and we're playing out the channel, or if the bounce doesn't get sold and we break out of the channel. But that's something for another video. That's the thing for another update. Right here, right now, it's trying to base. It's going to depend on the news flow, and let's see what we get. But there we go. Hope that answers the questions. Have an awesome one. Talk to you guys soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.